What's going on, guys? It's Jim. So it's been just over 100 days since the World Health Organization declared this whole mess that we're dealing with right now a pandemic, which I think is pretty crazy. I don't know about you because time has just been flying by. I mean, at the time of me making this video, it's already late June. And for most of us out there right now, we've never experienced anything like this. We've never been forced to stay home for a prolonged period of time. Now, I know this wasn't the case for some people like our essential workers, but for those who were affected by this, what is it gonna do to us when we come out of this thing? How are we gonna be changed? You know, what things are gonna be different about us? And when are you guys gonna smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm? Seriously, if you haven't done that already, why haven't you? You should go ahead right now and hit the button and make it turn blue. It greatly helps out my channel and I appreciate it. But more importantly, how has this crisis changed our spending habits? And at first you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? I'm saving a ton of money right now, which you probably are since everything was closed down, right? I mean, you couldn't go out to restaurants, you couldn't go to bars, you couldn't travel anywhere or do anything. And if you're working on top of that full time, then you're just killing it. So I definitely saved a lot of money during this thing because I couldn't spend any money. I live in Connecticut and we got hit really bad right next to New York City. It's pretty bad. But for those of you who don't know, I'm a home improvement contractor, and because of the whole illness thing, I wasn't able to go inside and work inside people's house. And when this thing started, you know, we weren't really doing outside work yet. And on top of that, I broke my arm, so it's been kind of tough and I haven't been able to work. So like on one hand, I was saving a lot of money because I wasn't spending anything because I couldn't go out, but at the same time, I wasn't able to work, so I wasn't really bringing in much. Which is why it's always important to save and have that emergency fund set up for times like this when there's an emergency and you can't work. But let's take a look on the financial side of things. How did this lockdown financially impact us? Sure, you couldn't go out, you couldn't go shopping and whatnot, but that doesn't stop you from going online. And let's be honest, being stuck at home with nothing to do and all day to do it really gets to you mentally, so you probably go out, you splurge, you treat yourself a little bit, buy yourself a new toy to entertain yourself. Who knows? In fact, let me know right now in the comments below something that you bought to entertain yourself or to treat yourself during this crazy time. For me, it was a very, very nice steering wheel for my Mustang GT. I have a whole video on that. I'll get to that at the end of this video. But yeah, let me know something that you guys bought to treat yourself. Put it in the comments right now. So this global crisis that we were facing forced hundreds of thousands of stores to close down temporarily, which just kind of cleared the way to dominance for Amazon. Amazon sales have been cranking through the roof with $36.7 billion in sales just for the first quarter alone. In fact, it's also been reported that Google searches for Amazon are at near holiday season levels, which just kind of proves that not only is Amazon essential to our survival, but Amazon is resilient to anything you throw at it, including a global pandemic. And Walmart is not too far behind them. Walmart sales have gone through the roof as well throughout this whole thing, as they tend to do when the economy is bad, because Walmart is a place where everybody could shop and save money. And what's most impressive about this is overall foot traffic to retail stores have declined over 97%, while Walmart has risen 20% during these times. And then there's Amazon, which already accounted for about 40% of all US online retail sales, which is about 8 times higher than the nearest competitor, which is Walmart. So I guess it's kind of bound to happen, right? I mean, if everything's closed, you can't buy things at any stores. And on top of that, people were getting their stimulus checks, so they had money to spend. But what exactly were they spending this money on? Well, I'll tell you one thing, people are really getting sick and tired of staying home, especially now that we're in summer, we have the nice weather, people just want to go out and do something fun. Now that the whole hoarding phase of the grocery stores has kind of eased a little bit for now, and everything's starting to open up again, people are going all out. I personally had the exact opposite prediction when I was looking at this about a month or two ago. When things started to open up, I did not think their sales would spike this high, and you guys are going to be blown away by these numbers that I'm about to tell you. But seriously though, at a financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense, but it just did the opposite. For starters, road trips are probably going to be a lot more popular than air travel this summer because the fear remains in our heads. Traveling in public places like airports, there's always that risk of getting sick. So I could definitely see road trips being a lot more popular this summer. On top of that, retail sales have soared over 17% and auto sales are up 44%. And grocery stores spiked over 14% in April, probably because everybody was hoarding and stocking up for this apocalypse. Home furnishing stores have increased to 90%, and other places like bookstores, music stores, sporting goods stores, and a bunch of others in that kind of category are up 88%. To top it all off, we have our clothing stores with an increase of 188%. Now these numbers are probably pretty shocking to you, as they were to me too. I mean, 188% increase for clothing sales. What? The fact of the matter is people had a lot of time on their hands. You know, they had nothing to do and all day to do it. So yeah, obviously online sales are gonna go up. But because of the bad economy, it drove the prices of used cars down, leading to an increase in sales of 44%. People finally had time to do those house projects they've been putting off for years, right? Which made sales for Home Depot and Lowe's and other hardware stores to go up. And honestly, people just had a lot of time to reorganize their closet and upgrade their wardrobe. And again, people have just been cooped up for way too long. They want to get out of their house, they want to go. So road trips, traveling, any kind of vacation, I think is going to end up going up because people want to go do stuff. On top of that, there's probably going to be huge incentives to get your business back to the vacation. Having said all of that, there are still a lot of people who are just trying to stay above water right now, with a third of everybody who've gotten their stimulus check said that their check went directly to bills that were owed. And let's be honest, $1,200 for 4 months does not go very far. On top of that, a third of all homeowners in the United States have less than $500 set aside for an emergency fund. So these sale increases sound really good, but we're gonna see a huge impact in certain sectors. Take the restaurant industry, for example. They were down over 40%, and it's estimated that over 30% of all restaurants will be permanently closed because of this thing. People are getting very used to working at home, and businesses are getting used to restructuring their business model and having their employees work from home. So if that kind of thing continues, people are gonna be more likely to just cook dinner at home rather than go out. So that's gonna drive sales down for restaurants tremendously, and it will severely impact them. I thought for sure that people are going to cut back on spending on non-essential items like clothing, but apparently not everybody thinks that way from a financial standpoint. I mean, it is a really tough time we're dealing with right now, and eventually you just gotta deal with it and live. You can only put your life on pause for so long. So if you guys made it this far in the video, then you clearly enjoyed it. So why not show your support for the channel, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm one more time if you haven't done so already. Greatly helps out my channel. And if you like this video, why not stick around for more? Hit that little red rectangle down there, subscribe, and be part of the team. Here on the channel, I cover everything to do with finance, investing, entrepreneurship, and just money. Whatever you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it. I myself am an entrepreneur who started their business at just 17 years old, and I worked and ran the business all throughout my college to earn my degree in business management. And now I'm starting my next venture here on YouTube. So I'm very glad to have you guys here and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot, because without you doing what you do, smashing the like button and subscribing, I can't do what I do. Also, if you guys would be interested to see a little bit behind the scenes on what I do, more about my daily life and more of a personal side, then go ahead and subscribe to my other channel, Jimbo50. I'll link it above here and put it in the description down below. It's mainly about car stuff right now. There's also a little vlog side to it, but I'm not really sure what direction I want to go with it yet. It's kind of a work in progress, but it's more on the personal side, not based on finance and stuff like this. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm Jim Leadus, and I'll see you on the next one.